So there's this idea that I hate the Edmonton Oilers, that I was cheering for their downfall, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I'll admit I was actually kind of surprised to see these comments because I'm very open about my favorite teams. Number 1 is the New York Rangers, number 2 the Toronto Maple Leafs, number 3 largely because of Connor McDavid, the Edmonton Oilers. Last year I watched almost every Oilers game, and if there's a year where Edmonton doesn't make the playoffs with McDavid in his prime, it's honestly a travesty. So I'm happy to see that the ship is at least above water right now, although them making the playoffs is still not assured. If they play average hockey, it's honestly not looking good. If they play like they played the beginning of the year, certainly not. If they play anywhere close to their recent streak, besides for the last 2 games, they've got a good chance. Right now, Edmonton sits just outside looking in. They've got 2 games in hand on Arizona, but even if they win both of those 2, they'll still be 1 point out of playoff contention. I obviously seriously hope they make it. But what's changed for Edmonton? Well, the most obvious thing is McDavid is producing like we expected him to. He's been on a point streak now. Aside from the last 2 games, he's been averaging over 2.5 points a game over that period, with Edmonton having won 8 in a row before dropping the 2 most recent against the Lightning and the Panthers. And I mean, that win streak is just what the team needed. And of course, the other big factor has been the choice to get fully behind Stuart Skinner. Now, Skinner's numbers on the year, certainly not fantastic. He's got a 3.04 GAA, a sub .9 save percentage. But when you look over that 8-game winning streak, he was really putting together some really nice wins, including a 39 save performance against Carolina. And his save percentage only dropped below 9 in 1 game, and that was their win against Vegas, where Edmonton managed to make some magic happen 5-4 in the shootout. The problem is, what happens for the Oilers if the Stars go cold again? If McDavid can't help the team shoot their way out of trouble? And I mean, that loss towards Florida is sort of like the worrying sign to me of what this team can be. Edmonton only puts up 1 goal, and in the first, poor defense leads to 2 easy goals for Florida from the slot. Then also in the first, they can't clear a rebound. It's 3-0 going into the intermission, and the Oilers can come back from deficits like that, and they did over that 8-game winning streak when they have McDavid and Draisaitl playing at superhuman level. But I don't know, I just have a lot of questions left about this team. Just my thoughts though, let me know yours down below.